This is World Comics Review and I need help. Yep, I've been to the Doujins shop in Takatsuki again. A new batch this time, so let's start going through these. All originals I believe, although there's this one which wasn't marked as anything, so I don't know if it's a fanzine of some anime or if it's... oops. Don't worry, I can cut the burps out. So yeah, I don't know if this is a fanzine of some anime or if it's actually an original story. And yeah, I've opened them up this time and gone through them, so hopefully I won't be rambling quite so much and we can get straight to the point. Okay, let's try and not take an hour to bang through these this time. So yeah, as I said, I've pre-opened and previewed them this time, so mostly because some of them look like they might be just straight up porn, so I wanted to make sure. Especially this one, but none of them are straight up porn. There's a bit of a soft core or like bits and pieces. So yes, this is a Magical Box 2 with a cover, or perhaps the whole thing, by Lei Nekojima. Possibly a nickname. I don't know any called Lei. I guess it's not out of the question in Japanese names. Kind of a typed looking thing. So this is a mixture of many short stories, fantasy type settings and stuff. So this cat girl is on an adventure in the dungeon. They find a bajillion treasure chests. It's kind of like a soft corey dough nuts. So it's kind of like situations that suggest sex, but actually she's just baking gigantic donuts and then cavorting around with them while naked. So all entirely innocent. Like this is just a piece of a bitten off donut. So yeah, and she's cooking while completely naked. But yep, she's just eating a part of a giant donut while naked. So yep, all completely innocent and above board and nothing sexual at all. Nice mountains there. Wizard Masker instead of Master. These are different stories. So yeah, kind of a story set in this fantasy world of elves. Some sexy pin-up type stuff too. A few boobs. Dark elf, dragon master. Some actual fighting monsters with swords. Imagine that, eh? Stick-on stars. More great heaps of treasure chests. So the artwork changes, but I think it's all set in the same story setting, which makes me wonder if this isn't originalu or is it actually based on a pre-existing anime or manga. They all said originalu on them. More boobs. It's only completely innocent pin-up stuff, so hopefully YouTube won't censor me. These comments from the different artists, all with kanji names, so I can't read them. And yep, this is Okuzuke, is that like credits or something? Office Neko, Office Cat, right. Guess it's another credit, created in 1992. Special thanks to these people, something Starkid, something Mima, is it Daizaki? No, Inuzaki. Is that Zaki? I'm pretty sure it's Zaki, I don't know what it means, but it's Zaki, Mikuri, and so on and so on. So yes, this is Magical Box 2 with its cover by Lei Nekojima. And yep, all the same kind of elf fantasy setting, so perhaps based on an existing anime or manga, or perhaps just this circle's own setting they've all decided to tell stories in. The next one is Wild Half Miracle. So this is kind of furry. This kind of a bit weird actually, so it's possibly a BL story. This boy's dog can transform into a humanoid form and they have a gay relationship, maybe. Yep, that's about it. That's all I can really explain. Not a great deal. Yo Takahashi Wild Half. Mayu Shishido and Ryo Takahashi, is that the writer and artist? Radine, is that his character's name? Postscript, blah 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 blah. Miracle, is that the possibly the circle's name? And this is Wild This is fan book. Is Wild Hearth already an existing anime and manga, and this is a fan book? Well, maybe. Right, maybe this isn't an original then. Maybe this is just somebody's fan work of an existing. Oh yeah, Hoshiko Sanmangoku, even. One. It's meant to be wan, the sound a dog makes in Japan. Right, so is this the creative team of the actual anime or manga? And this is the artist of this fan book. Okay, so made in 1996, November 12th. Okay, right, maybe this is not an original one, and not an original creation by this circle then, or this person, unless this is like a fan book of an original creation made by another doujinshi circle, so a fan book of an amateur production. Maybe. Don't know. I'm going to have to look up Wild Hearth and see if it wasn't like properly published manga or anime. Anyway, let's continue. This one is Hoi, number 6. Shiomizu's Project AMH. So this seems to be another original only magazine. It's got a mini newspaper, AMH Times, so I'm guessing AMH is the circle that created this setting of original stories, all set in schools, or possibly all in the same school. So it seems to be set in a junior high or a high school. This is by author, somebody, illustrator, Kaoru. So yeah, like romantic, maybe gay or lesbian stories, or even straight stories, imagine that. All possibly set in the same high school or junior high in Japan. Text stories and comic strips and pin-ups. And yep, that's about it. Oh, some flights of fancy too, so they're fighting robots or something. So yes, another one by Kaoru. Yeah, so maybe set all in the same school with fantasy and sci-fi elements, and possibly some romance as well. School buildings don't always look the same. Some Yonkoma gag strips. This is possibly like the mascot of the circle. Perhaps some shared characters. This. Oh yeah, and add extra sex appeal. So this is kind of the kind of stories I'm into from British comics. So like posh boarding schools with old ruins nearby and fancy uniforms, and this had some sex appeal. Pin-ups. It's like science fiction armour. At least the students of this school having flights of fancy. Or is this another one of their original stories? Game GP Round 2. Not at all eye-damaging stuff. Some comments from the creators. Here's Kaoru, the artist. Saido Makoto, writer or artist. Bit, somebody else. And Furuhonkin, something. Their comments too. Naotika, Yoshida Yakora, and names I can't read, but they are some of the other creators involved in this. Oh, the writers, I see, right? Writers comment, artists comment. Okay, so one written in Romaji. Gomen matta, sorry, wait. Ichi jikan okure dono tomodachi to hanashi konjatte nu. You are my friends or something. Oh, here's the staff, right? Masaru S, Kaoru, Bit, Makoto S, Mochitaro F, Rika K, Gunto U, Kiwi M, Ryuji K, Kahoro S, Kazuhito M, Rei M, and Megumi I. Special thanks to Naotika, Yakora Y, and Kaoru I. This is Hoi 6 and next issue when. And a picture of a school, so yeah, perhaps a shared setting. Oku High School. Yeah, perhaps this circle's shared setting, all students in the same school, same high school. High as in hello school. Made in Heisei 5, which is 1994, I believe. April 29th. Yeah, so Shiomizu's project AMH Yokosuka, which is it's actually a town near Yokohama. Boycott Yokohama, by the way. Everything from Yokohama. And yeah, so like shared setting, maybe, I don't know. I need to read more Japanese, don't I? Okay, on to the next one. This is Red Topaz, Red Dragon. Very, very nice cover stock and nice pencil cover art. And yeah, looks extremely beautiful pencil cover art, which I routinely see junior high school and even elementary school students like knocking out something this good in class before, like between classes on scrap paper with their colour pencils that cost 100 yen. So yeah, way to make me feel inadequate, eh? Did I say way to? Wash my mouth out with soap. Right, anyway, this is yeah, so the stories in this, there was several issues of this series in the shop, and the stories are called rounds, which made me think it's a boxing story, because this looks so much like a boxer, doesn't it? But no, it appears to be like a story about gay romance amongst businessmen. It's like ongoing business intrigue and gay romance story, and we open in Hong Kong. I believe Hong Kong, it says Chugoku, which is China anyway. Well, there is also a region in Japan called Chugoku, just to make things confusing. And yep, this doesn't look like Japan. Could be like a really posh house in Hong Kong. By Marino Sato. So this is a Red Dragon Stage 3. So the third story, Red Topaz Part 1. So Part 1 of the third story, which all had multiple parts. And I believe this is book 19 overall. I'm not sure. I think I saw that somewhere. Right, let's press on. Round 9, so book 9 overall. So yeah, this one of the businessmen is in love with this really cute guy. And it's like an ongoing story of business messing around and gay romance, and possibly it's this guy who's also married having an affair with the really sexy guy on the side, and he took his boyfriend on the business trip with him and not his wife. I guess trying to hide the details maybe. It looks like maybe the wife knows the boyfriend as well. I don't know, I'm just guessing at this point. And yeah, oh yeah, round 10, which is part 2 of the storyline Red Topaz is coming soon. And yeah, there was several of these books on sale, but I just bought one. Last time I bought all the cheapest ones. These were more expensive, like 7 or 800 yen, so I think this was a 700 yen one. And this is a round of event that this creator is going to. So August 22nd, Comic City in Osaka, Comic City in somewhere else, Comic City in somewhere else, Comic City in also, oh, that one's Kobe, I know Kobe, right? Osaka, Kobe, other places I'm guessing around Kansai. See different events at Comic City, and they seem to be extremely regular, maybe like mini doujinshi fairs in bars and things. I went to one once, I'll go to one again when we can. So this is Red Dragon, it's from August 1993, so very long running original doujinshi story by a Sugar League, Marino Sato's private team. And there's always this, is this a Bible quote at the end? It's on the back cover of everyone. Yeah, and he's really extremely well done penciled cover art. So I was going to say that although these doujinshi were more expensive, I was thinking to spend about 3,000 yen, and the guy charged me like 1,300 yen. It was kind of late at night, I went after working, and I think he was about to close and just wanted to like get rid of me. And yeah, it doesn't seem to have many other customers. I've only ever seen me in there, so he's probably just glad to be selling something and gives these heavy discounts. So I'll buy more Red Topaz one day. Right, on to the next one. This is something cover with kanji I can't read, and also I just can't read in general because it's like covered up by the artwork. Oh, this one, right. Dog place, dog house maybe? Ni na re na katta something. This one I think this is Star. Pretty sure it's Star, not Hanashi. By Kaori Tsurugi and Nanjo Hirose Choaikai. Oh, this is a weird one actually. Yeah, I remember now. Right. When I say I pre-read these, I mean I pre-read these when I bought them like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, this is a weird one. It's like short poems and text stories with these like pictures of the planets reproduced on an 80s photocopier. The Sun, Jupiter, the Sun, Jupiter. These like personifications of the planets and or Jupiter and the Sun at least, turned into sexy guys and having a BL. Okay. Oh yeah, and yeah, this pin-up picture. So yeah, they had a picture of what I like, and said I'm going to make that bloke a fat fantasy, and there it is. Dead End by Kanako Hitaki. These adverts for other doujinshi they've produced. So this guy and this guy in a gay romance on a super yacht. I've got to find that one then. I better show it going in. Right, thank you very too much. Thank you very squared much. Okay, right, Jupiter and the Sun again. Something else. Picture of flowers reproduced on an 80s photocopier. And this was made in May 29th, 1994 by a team based in Kobe. Yeah, that's Kobe. Right, presented by Nanjo Hirose Choaikai. I guess that's the writer or the artist. The main contributor. Anyway, that's a weird one, but yeah, I've got to track down that other thing. Right, this one, Kimi no Toku. Kimi no Toku. Right, this didn't say originalu on it, but it was in a pile of originalu, so it may be a fanzine or like a fan doujinshi for an existing anime or manga. It's just reasonable, competent artwork, and yep, a story. Science fiction setting. They've got this futuristic armour, but they're also playing on computers. It's like maybe they're like playing on a yeah, it's maybe like a university computer club back in the day when they had to really share computers, or like some sort of a fantasy and sci-fi club in a university, imagining they're really in this game, and the game may be something akin to like a muck, which is like or a mud even, massively multiplayer on something dungeon, basically like a traditional D&D type campaign, but played on a computer, but played through text over modems on BBSs and stuff. And yeah, those changed into mucks, which are like that without the game. It's just like talking. So they were early versions of forums, and a lot of the early furries were organised on mucks. So maybe about that. It's like their house, their club room, or whatever it is, really flying into space because they're imagining they're in this game. Someone said something shocking, and she or he is spitting out the coffee, and now he's watching TV on his widescreen CRT with built-in stereo speakers, which would cost a bomb back in the day. Blah blah blah. Princess of Mermaid. I guess these are the other doujinshi they're doing. Princess of Mermaid, A5 sized, 116 pages. This one, A5 sized with 180 pages. Primula, A5 sized with 60 pages. Oh, I guess this is this a gay or straight romance? I'm guessing gay romance. I guess those are both guys. And this girl is like the third wheel in a love triangle maybe. So yeah, a gay romance story about some sort of university club imagining that they're really in their mud, which has a sci-fi setting, and this is from 1990. So yeah, widescreen CRTs with built-in speakers and playing online on a computer. Wow. So yeah, they must have had some money back in them days. Right, anyway, this one is The Obsession. This is a weird one as well. It's a Last Peaceness and Obsession. Yeah, it is like the other one with like 80s photocopies, pictures of the planets. With this one's even weirder. Like these are text story, possibly a poem, another poem, and these like yeah, also like pictures reproduced on an 80s photocopier or one of those thermal printer instant camera things that Techman was talking about a while back. Yeah, this is a weird one. Hypercommunicator Bros Burozu. Is that an advert for a shop? Maybe. Maybe a computer shop back in the day. This one's made in Osaka in 1997, July 6th. Credit for the CG artwork, such as it was. Last piece in this, Our First Works, Sunday, July 6th, 1997, sales start. Novels and illustration, Mizuno by Mizibi Notori. Is that someone's nickname? Poems and CG, photographed by Rukawa Ayu by Off Neutrals. I'm guessing Off Neutrals is the circle name. And yep, that's a weird one, but these are all bagged, so I couldn't see what it was until I opened it at home. Right, and then kablam, the big one. This is Ao Ringo Volume 12, made in autumn 1989, so also the oldest one I've got in this batch of stuff, even including the batch I had last time. So this is a big comic anthology produced by, nice colouring too, this reminds me of it's like only 2 colour method, I guess you could say. Reminds me of a really old annual from 1949 I've got in the UK, which I forgot the name of. But yeah, it reminds me of that. Right, so yeah, mini comics, all produced by this big circle, who I believe are Kobe based. And yeah, some nice, he's copying a feel. Like science fiction, fantasy, adventure, softcore, pin-up, like that, all sorts of stuff. Japanese gentleman stand-up, please. Like more weird comedy stuff as well. Blah blah blah. Yeah, many different stories. Fantasy, adventure. Giantess fetish as well. Fighting a snake, but he's brought a gun to a fantasy setting. There's one in here with an English introduction. Oh, here we are. AD 2006. Big industrial machines can also be used as mecha. So the Special Traffic Riot Police are formed to fight these criminals using industrial mecha to rob places in Kobe. So this is what Kobe was supposed to look like in 2006 with big solar panels. And of course they are staffed by sexy girls. Oh wait, no. These are actually these are male, but they look like sexy girls. See why I like to move to this country? Right, so yeah, they're getting into their mecha suits and fighting the bad guys. Quite a long story, this one. And yeah, they end up blowing up the whole city. So this is by Kei Konishi, West River, Karu Meiran, J Tenchi and Kei Mizutani. And yeah, they lived in Kobe in the late 80s, so yeah, we all know what happened in Kobe. Hope they were all okay. Yoko, Mizuno and Takemi are the characters, and they've like levelled Kobe. Yeah, that didn't make such comfortable reading 5 years later. Eternal Champions, that's actually a video game. But I don't remember the characters looking like this, so I guess this is a coincidentally named original story they made that simply shares its name with a Mega Drive fighting game that was made later on. Moonlight Requiem, looks like Moonlight Refrigerator by Mariko Higure. Is this a Crying Blood? Is he shooting himself? No. It's got a fairy companion. Yes, this is like a anthology of amateur comics, mostly pretty good, but some look like this. This is a really long one too, actually. Many reused panels. And some boobs. Right, text story, or like reviews of comics or something. Right, skip to the end. Okay, yeah, some school stories. Is that Lum again? Did I see Lum? I thought I saw Lum. Oh, it's possibly their own character. It's a rip-off of Lum. Yeah, Lum was everywhere back then. Yeah, school story. So yeah, this big circle made at least 12. I'm sure I've seen higher number volumes of their own anthology called Ao Ringo for several years, I'm guessing, over the late 80s and early 90s. I should buy some more of these too, but cover this one up. Right, so these are the credits. I squared that. These people Kuro Takumi. And yep, it was made by somebody. So Our Ringo. It was Blue Apple. Volume 12. Made something there on the 300th floor. No, in 1989. This one from November. Cost 620 yen originally. Can't see the name of the circle. Matane, that means like see you again. So yeah, Our Ringo. Original Entertainment Works. Maybe the circle name is also Our Ringo. Maybe each member also like did their own doujinshi, and this is like their anthology of stuff they've made all put together. Comes out seasonally. I say autumn, but it was November. That's kind of getting into winter. And yeah, it's named Our Ringo, so yeah, I'll buy some more of those one day. And I don't believe this cover is sun damaged, especially because at the back of the shop I bought it from, where all the original doujinshi are, the neon light, the tube is blown, and he's not even bothered to replace it because he gets so few customers. You get down there again before he goes bust, actually. So yep, that was my next batch of doujinshi, and I pretty much exhausted the vein of Originado. But as he discounted me heavily on what he had, I guess I'll go and buy some more at some point. I haven't had any cover work in Takatsuki recently. I do now believe my Nikuman are cooked, so let's go and eat them.